Welcome, friends. We are your hosts, Sandy and Wade, baby best friends turned husband and wife and business partners.
This podcast is for the dreamers, the movers and shakers, and those who seek to attract their dream life.
Strap in. Getting magnetic in 3, 2, 1.
Like attracts like. If you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
This moment in time, this is your time to rise.
Happy Friday, y'all. Excited to wrap up this Elevate the Entrepreneur in You series. This has been really cool for us to do because we've just kind of recapped in business, in entrepreneurship, in life, like what are those things that make those people successful that we see out there, that we model after, that we admire for what they've done in business, in life, and all these different things. And so to recap where we've been, we kind of have been building up the foundation. And what you realize is you think there's all these like tangible tips and strategies in black and white, but what it comes down to is really building yourself, your belief, your foundation, why you're building your business. We went through why are you building? We went through vision. What vision do you have for your life? How does your business match as a vehicle for that? The decided heart. Have you made a decision that you're going to see this through? Goal setting and declaring I'm open for business. Here are my goals. Sales, influence, sales being just the transfer of that passion you have. Identifying your ideal client or teammate, modeling after your mentors, and the success secret of staying consistent. We're going to wrap it up. Today's topic, Freestyle Friday, real quick. No prior thoughts, but we got special guests in the studio today.
What up?
Oh, my co-host, Sandy Wifey. She started it with why are we building our businesses? And she's going to bring it home and wrap it up. And we got another special guest. Baby Cameron is sleeping on Sandy's chest. She's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love her so much.
She's 4 weeks old, and this is our first time in the studio recording together. And I love that she's sleeping through this right now. So today we wanted to focus on taking 100% responsibility for your life. And when I think of that, a few things come up, but wherever you are in your life right now is a physical manifestation of your thoughts and of the work that you've done in the dark previously, right? Like a year ago or whatever that timeline may be, it all had a compounding effect that led you to where you are now. So if you're happy with where you are, congratulations, give yourself a pat on the back. Like you did a lot of hard work to get you where you're at. If you're not happy where you are, start making changes today and know it's not going to happen overnight, but it will have that compounding effect, and imagine where you could be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. So I think taking responsibility, that's a really hard thing to do. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to blame. It's easy to be like, well, if the pandemic didn't happen, or if this didn't happen or that didn't happen, it's like, stop pointing the finger and take 100% responsibility, whether it's your job, whether it's your finances, your relationship, your living situation, whatever it may be, like you are where you are because of you. So I'm curious, Wade, when you think of this topic, like what comes up for you?
It's such a good one. It's kind of like a gut punch because it's so easy, and we all do it, I'm sure, want to blame others, blame outside sources, people, experiences, different things, the economy, the weather, the reason we're late, all like whatever it is. It's so easy to blame. You know, a recurring theme I know on Getting Magnetic has been do what's easy and your life will be hard, and do what's hard and your life will be easy. It's easy to blame outside factors and sources. It's actually kind of hard to take 100% responsibility for your life and what has manifested in it at all times. And a lot of times it feels like, I mean, come on, I couldn't have prevented that or this, or you feel certain ways. And there's things that are totally out of our control, that we had nothing, we couldn't do anything with. But what's in our control is how we react to things, how we react to situations, our internal compass, our internal emotions, feelings, decisions, way we think about things, this story we're telling ourselves is 100% our responsibility. And that's what I think it is. You control your narrative. Your story is 100% your responsibility. So when you look in the mirror today, right now, listening to this podcast, in the morning, when you get up, whatever it is, recognize if you take ownership of where I'm at right now, whether I love it or I don't love it, was 100% up to me. The best part about this is though, I can change starting right now. I want a different life. For things to change, I've got to make a change. Let's go. I can do this. And when you take 100% responsibility, it's liberating because you're like, you know what? I don't control everything in life, but I control my actions. I control my reactions. I control how I navigate in that story I'm telling myself. So I think that's something I'm actively working on, but that is such a blessing to think about. And we apply this to life, but business too. Your business is not your mentor's responsibility. It's no one's responsibility to make you successful. It's not your upline's responsibility to make you successful or anyone else. Like, it's your responsibility. Don't focus on other people. Focus on yourself and what you can do, and it liberates you. Like, I got this. I can do this. If it's meant to be, it's up to me.
To get specific in the network marketing space, I'll often hear people say, well, if this person on my team would have done what they said, or if they would have hit these numbers, or if they would have done that, then I would be here. It's like, this isn't about them and what they're doing. You need to be adding so much value and making such an impact and helping so many people that you promoting or earning that bonus or whatever it may be is a result of all the hard work that you did.
Actually, oh my gosh, I love that because I love you got specific there. And getting specific, especially, to what we do and into network marketing, you hear too, to reiterate what you said, oh, if they just did this, I would rank up. If they just ranked up, I would rank up. If someone else does something, like, I'll hit that level.
That's not taking responsibility.
That's not taking responsibility. Leaders don't wait. No, become that person. Become the person who deserves that rank. If titles and ranks and promotions were totally taken out of it, become that person. Become that version of you. Don't wait for other people. You can expect from them what they've done in the past. Expect nothing more. Expect everything from you. It's up to you to bridge the gap. Take 100% responsibility. You want your team to grow? You got to take responsibility for that. Expect from your team what they did last month, and all growth, expect from yourself. If this team's going to grow, it's going to be up to me. I'm the leader. I'm going to make this happen. It's the best feeling when you know if it's meant to be, it's up to me. I love it. Any
I
parting
think
thoughts?
Recognize people who take 100% responsibility in their life. Like, I'm sure you can think of someone that does that in your life, and it's really refreshing to be around those people because they own it, right? They're not pointing fingers. They're not in that negative headspace. They're owning where they're at. And what I love too, in terms of like a commission structure or a compensation plan where you earn based off of your efforts, your paycheck is a reflection of your efforts. So that's another thing right there in terms of taking 100% responsibility. You get a shitty paycheck, that's on you, right? Like, that's
not the economy.
Yeah, that's
not
on you.
Your product.
And it's not because of you were lazy last week. It's probably because a few months ago, maybe 90 days ago, whatever, 60 days ago, you were kind of dropping the ball on things and now it's catching up to you. You want to turn up the dial, you want to get your best paycheck ever, start dialing in, start like really focusing, commit to a 90-day cycle, and I bet you will see the biggest paycheck that you've seen. And again, taking responsibility. So when I started my network marketing business, I loved that it's the competitive nature in me. I have control over what I make. And if I make great money, it's like, that's on me. I worked really hard. And if I have a month that's down, it's like, that's also on me. That doesn't feel as good. But sometimes we need that as like a little gut check to be like, okay, I got to get back on track. So yeah, I think the main thing is like, maybe you're in a space where you do feel like you're in a victim mindset. Maybe you're realizing, maybe hearing Wade and I talk about this, you're like, wow, like I definitely do that. That's okay. We've been there. And once you recognize it, it's like, make a conscious effort to get out of that space. No one likes being around someone that's constantly in that victim mentality and has excuses for things. Be the light. Be the person that doesn't make excuses. Take ownership. And imagine if we all did that. That would have just such an incredible ripple if everyone just took responsibility and stopped pointing fingers and stopped blaming and, oh, it's this person's fault and had this not happen. Like, it would just be...
The world would be amazing. I think that's another thing too. It's like, take responsibility for your business and all the things. take responsibility for your own happiness. Like, honestly, other people can make us sad, but you are responsible for your happiness because you control, coming back to your narrative, how you react to things, like who you let you treat you certain ways, this or that. But I think call to action is just take a look in the mirror. The mirror's revealing, and you might be pumped about it or you might not. But just ask yourself, where can I take more responsibility? And not just more, where can I take 100% responsibility where I am not? Where am I blaming things? And make a decision like today, it changes, and go forward, it changes. Because like Sandy said, on the flip side, when you do take responsibility, you're not going to hear this podcast and day one and the next day be like, oh my gosh, my life is flourishing. But you stay consistent with it, and 90 days later, you're going to be like, I feel like a different human. My business is different. My happiness is different. My life is different. Like, everything is starting to bud and blossom and flourish. And we're excited for that. We're excited for you. With that said, that wraps up the Elevate the Entrepreneur in You series. What's next to come? We don't know. We'll find out with you guys, right?
Yeah, we're always down for suggestions. If you guys have something specific you want to hear. I will say at some point, being 4 weeks postpartum, I'm not ready to do this yet, but at some point I want to do like a postpartum series and a processing your birth story and
Parenting.
things I wish that I knew
Yeah.
before parenthood. Like, we have learned so much over the past 4 weeks.
Cam has been our best teacher ever in the world.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I thought I would have this thing all figured out, and it's been a journey. So thank you guys so much for listening, for supporting. As always, this podcast continues to grow and flourish by you listening and by you sharing and by you rating and reviewing all the things. So I want to ask you, who can you send this episode to today? Who needs to hear this? You can literally go to the app that you're listening on and share it through a text message to a friend. So I want to ask you to do that today. And if you have not left us a 5-star review and a rating, please do that too. Thank you for being part of our Getting Magnetic community. We love you guys so much.
Thanks, guys. Till
Over
next
and
time.
out. Cam says bye.
Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
So remember, you are magnetic.